Everybody and their brother is looking for the 4-hour work week. We can thank Tim Ferriss for all of that. Look, that's a tremendous book. I actually love the 4-Hour Body much better. But here's the deal. 99.9% of us don't have the talent to be able to work 4 hours in a week, especially as an entrepreneur, and be successful. Same thing, and this applies to short-term rentals, Airbnbs, coffee shops, drop shipping, whatever it is. If you are looking to excel, like literally get above everybody else and dominate, everybody wants the view, nobody wants the climb. That's because people are fucking lazy. And when you take what I call those 2 extra steps and you do 2 more things than your neighbor, 2 more things than your competitor, put in the hard work, you're going to annihilate them. Look here, obviously I'm a coach in the short-term rental space. I'm an investor, probably just like you in real estate. And if you're not, then you should probably click the link right down there below and get access to my 550-250 plan masterclass. It's 100% free. And that'll guide you on how to get into it, how to make $250,000 in net income, but it's going to take you 5 years. There's no get rich quick schemes in real estate, folks, but there are get rich quick people that are selling you a line of bullshit that you can accelerate to the highest level, doing this in 2 or 3 hours a week, running their entire portfolio. In the short-term rental space, the only way you can do that is to have virtual assistants. Overseas virtual assistants doing your revenue management, doing your guest communication, managing your cleaners, your handymen, all that type of stuff, your marketing. And you know what? Most virtual assistants suck at communication with guests. They do not have the level of hospitality that I command to be at the top of this industry. And when I say the top of this industry, you've heard me say this a million times before, I outpaced the 90th percentile by 52%. So in the immortal words of Nick Saban, and no, I'm not an Alabama fan, but I respect the shit out of that guy as one of the greatest collegiate coaches in any sport of all time. Underachievers don't like overachievers, and overachievers don't like underachievers. If you want to be the average achiever and be in that 50th percentile, then by all means, outsource everything. And then you can watch me at the top of the mountain. If you want to get to the top of the mountain, you got to put in the fucking work. You need to be the one inside of your Price Labs account adjusting pricing manually 2 to 3 or 4 times even on a fucking Sunday if you want to get Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday booked of that individual week. You can't rely on a virtual assistant to update your pricing once a month or once a week. You've got to put in the work. You want to hire a virtual assistant to do your marketing for you? Okay, great. Do they know how to analyze analytics? Do they know how to optimize conversion rates? Do they know what CRO means on a sales page? Or do they just build you this website like everybody else in this industry that wants to charge you $3,000 to $5,000? And literally it does not convert because they haven't put in the time or the effort to study, to learn, and to test. So you look at all day long, literally people in this industry, they scoff at rank breeze. Oh, it's not accurate. It doesn't do all this stuff. Well, you know what? I get it. Nothing is perfectly accurate. Not AirDNA, not STR Insights, not Rank Breeze, not B&B Calc, nothing, because Airbnb controls all the data. So look, at the end of the day, if you run a regular business and you're trying to grow, you go from startup phase to trying to scale to build $1 million business. The guy that pounds the pavement every fucking day and has his sales presentation ready here, has his contracts ready to go, can quickly customize it inside of Canva or whatever when he's sitting in the parking lot walking into that 2:15 meeting in the afternoon, and that really is focusing on revenue generating activities, is the guy that will ascend. The guy that's trying to find the easy way to make it as fast and easy on him as possible is fucking soft. There's a reason that I love Nick Saban. There's a reason that I love Bobby Knight. There's a reason that I love Coach K. There is a reason that those guys are successful, because they were hard to play for. Take it from a former professional and a collegiate athlete. I left UCLA because I had a soft coach. He was weak. He was soft. He didn't push us. I needed somebody to fucking push me. And in golf, it's a single person sport. That was me. As an investor, as a business owner, that's you. We have to push ourselves. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to inspire ourselves. We have to hold ourselves accountable. Many of you don't even share the bad shit with your spouse. Doesn't matter if I'm talking to you as a male or a female, the husband or the wife. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to protect my wife by not sharing that stuff with her. But you know what? The next day, I get up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, I fucking pound the pavement. Here's what I mean by that. Most people fall into the operational side of the business by default when you start a company. And that's very problematic. What I do want you to do is try to create scale operationally inside your business, so that way you can focus on the shit that matters, and that's making money. That's generating revenue. And then controlling the bottom line, like really having that intimate relationship with your P&Ls, because if you do those things, if you can drive revenue and then you understand balance sheets, P&Ls, cash flow reports, regardless of business type, then you have control. Look, I'm going through a pretty shitty day right now. I'm recording this literally after Helena or Helen or whatever the name of this fucking hurricane is, has blown right through Florida, has blown right through Georgia into South Carolina, and has affected my properties in North Carolina. I probably won't even be able to get to them and see them for 3 or 4 or 5 days. Rivers washed out, freaking roads, bridges, major trees are down, all that type of stuff. Thank God we had no guests there. They'd be stuck and wouldn't be able to get out. But my 2 properties are in Banner Out, North Carolina, and there's no way in, no way out. It's impossible right now. But I guarantee you, I will find a way to get there in the next couple of days, because here's the deal. If I wait a week and I have a tree on my house and it's open and all this rain and mold and no power, it's no good. So I have a generator in my garage here in Nashville. That's going in the back of my fucking Raptor, along with I'm going to buy every damp rid that I can find at every Lowe's and Home Depot and Ace Hardware in Nashville tomorrow. And I'm probably going to be on the road on Sunday so I can get there. I've lived through this before. I lost a property in Sally in 2022 in Fort Morgan, Alabama. I lost a business when Nashville got flooded in the first week of May in 2010, and the entire Opry Mills Mall was under 4 feet of water. I lost my entire Glow Golf business, and we couldn't get in there for like 10 or 11 days. They wouldn't allow us in. And what happened when I walked in is I saw all this mold. So about taking those 2 extra steps, I can sit back, I can wait for my handyman to try to get in, whatever. And I know I may have to hike literally, like from what I'm told right now, about 2 miles uphill to be able to get there. But I sure as fuck am going to go assess the damage in my property. Just like on that same trip, if I go on Sunday, I will be optimizing my pricing manually using this thing. I will be involved in my other businesses. And I cannot be at the top of the mountain enjoying the view if I don't put in the work, if I don't strap on the backpack, if I don't pull up my shoes and actually make the climb and love it and enjoy it and embrace it. Most people, they clock out at 5 o'clock. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, if you want to be a successful real estate investor, you can't clock out. But what you can do is you can combine personal and business life together. So I'm getting this stuff out of the way on a Friday night when I should be hanging out with her at the movies, whatever else all the other underachievers are doing. But I'm in here working tonight and trying to send you this message that if you can outwork your competition, you can ascend higher than they are. There's no question. You can get to the top of the mountain. They are afraid of the climb. They don't embrace the climb. I have never been the most talented person ever. Not even when I played golf. Not even when I was ranked 3rd in the world in junior golf coming out of high school. Not when I was at UCLA. Not when I played professional golf. But you know what I did? I outworked my competition. I worked harder and I worked on the right things. I did work smart. I'm not going to say smarter than anybody else. That is a horrible statement to say, but I worked as smart as I could and I worked hard and I made sure that I outpaced them. Same thing in business, folks. Look, these people that say they can do whatever in 3 hours or 4 hours a week, they're going to plateau. And they may be mediocre. They may even be good. But if you want to be fucking great, you've got to outwork them. You've got to grab the bull with your own 2 fucking hands by the horns, and you got to twist its fucking neck. If you're not willing to do that, you're not going to get to the top, because talent does not surpass hard work. That I promise you. Ask Kobe Bryant, ask Michael Jordan, ask any of the greatest athletes of our time. It is not just talent. It is hard work. It is self-dedication. It is self-accountability. And it is having self-confidence. Because here's what I'm going to leave you with. When I was playing professional golf, I had the opportunity to work with probably one of the best sports psychologists of all time. His name was Dr. Bob Rotella. He wrote a book. I'm sure he wrote other books, but Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. And it's not a game of perfect because when I would shoot 67, which is typically 5 under par 72, I'd hit 67 shots in a day. But you know what? I would be lucky if 2 or 3 of those were perfect. If I hit 3 perfect shots, that means that I mishit 64 out of 67 shots. But if I'm mentally stronger, if I am more confident, if I have outworked, because confidence breeds success and success breeds confidence. That's why you got to put in the reps. That's why the guys that get to the gym the earliest, the guys that are first ones into the office, are typically the ones that win. You just need to make a decision of which one you want to be, and then post that in the comments. Are you complacent with being good, or do you want to be fucking great? Thanks for joining me on this episode. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.